Hi everyone, I hope you are going well. We are already at day 19 of this 30-day challenge, so we're getting into the final straight. I hope it has been useful for you and you have all learned something. So I can see Saeed is here, Julie, Yuri, and Clesio all on YouTube. Jane, good evening to you, and Maria. Hope you're well on Facebook. Make sure you say hello so I can see who's here. So yesterday we did questions and we did yes/no questions, and today we're going to do WH questions. So a little bit more complicated. So yesterday, yes/no questions. Today, WH questions, and tomorrow we're going to do tag questions. Okay. Hi Dirce, good to see you again. Alright, but first let's have a look at the homework from yesterday. Did you do the homework from yesterday? If you know any of the answers, just write them in the comments. So you can write for number 1, or you can write for number 5, whichever one you know. So we're reordering our yes/no questions. Hi Maria. So who knows the answer to any of these sentences? So this is your homework from yesterday. Right, so Saeed has answered a few of them. Good. I'll do reds. Good. Is anyone working from home? Well done, Clesio and Saeed. Right, so number 1 is present simple. Number 2 is present continuous. Maybe it's getting more complicated. So number 3 is present perfect. Okay, so Sayed doesn't know number 3. You can do number 4 if you like. Right, so Clesia's done number 4. Well done. I'll help you out with number 3. Yuri, good job. Alright, so one more, number 6. Saeed, well done. So the last one, number 6, is a yes-no question in the future simple with will. Good, Said. Will she study medicine at university? Good. Okay, and if you can see Said's comment, he wrote uni instead of university, and this is really common in Australia. We call it uni. All right, great job. So we're going to move on to WH questions. And if you remember the structure from yesterday, it was almost the same. So we had auxiliary verb, the subject, the main verb, and then the object or other information. Okay, and the only difference is we need a question word. Okay, there are some differences with different tenses, and we'll look at those as well. Yuri has asked, could you help me? I need to use that before university. Good question. So, like most occasions when we use that, it's when you are talking about something specific. So, in this case, we're just talking about university in general. So there's no and there's no the. I can do a lesson on and the if you like. Just let me know if you would like more information about how to use the. So back to questions. So when we are asking an information question, so not a yes-no question, we need this question word. And these are all the question words. So we call them WH questions because they mainly start with WH. What, which, what's the difference between what and which? They are the same. They are both asking about a thing or an object, which might be when there is less choice. So, for example, what do you want to drink? Anything is possible. Which do you prefer, tea or coffee? Is when there's less options. Okay, when, where, who, and why. We also include the how questions in this structure. So how much or how many, and how often as well. Okay, so I can see, dare say you got the last one right. There's a bit of a delay, so sometimes I don't see it. Hi, Saeed and Wahid. Okay, so this is our structure. Let's start with the present simple. And same as yesterday, please try and write your own examples, and I'll have a look in the comments and give you some feedback, or if they're right, I'll put them up on the screen. So don't be shy. By trying, that's how we learn. So present simple. Why do you like studying English online? So we have our question words, we have the auxiliary, we have the subject, and then our main verb. And in this case, it's like and the gerund studying. Okay, where do you come from? How do you get to work? Of course, we are including our subject, you, but it could be he, she, it, they. If we're asking a question with who, we might not know the subject. It depends if we're asking about the subject or the object. So this can be a little bit confusing. So who do you live with? We're asking about the object. Who lives in that house? We're asking about the subject, so we don't include the subject here. Cool, so Clesio has included an example. When do you arrive? Very good. None on Facebook yet. Okay. Cool, so let's do present continuous. Okay, cool. So Yuri wants a lesson on articles, and the. No worries. Okay. Who is studying English at school? What are you doing tonight? Where are you living these days? So our auxiliary is the verb to be. And then we've got studying. So this is our main verb, so in the continuous form. Again, who, we're asking about the subject, so we don't include the subject in this case. Otherwise, what are you doing tonight? Where are you living these days? Right, so if you've got any examples in the present continuous, just write them in the comments. Sure, so who do you go with? Good. Clesio's done a good sentence. Who do you go with? Alright, Saeed has asked a question. Let me just put it. It's about pronunciation. And he wants to know how weird, how'd, and he said when, but we'll have a look at that one. So this is true. We often, when we're speaking, not when we're writing. This is only for speaking. So for example, we contract these two words together, only speaking, not writing. So we'd say wed, 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 and then of course, Jew is when we put did and you together, Jew. Where'd you go today? How did you guys meet? How'd you meet? Yeah. This one, when I didn't think we say that. When did you? Because I think the N and the D are very similar in your mouth. When did you hear? I guess you might. For example, when did you get the call? It's almost like we don't say the D at all. When did you get the call? Your next question, I'm not sure. Okay. All right. Let's go back. We did present continuous. Present perfect. So what have you done today? So this is our auxiliary, our subject, and our main verb, of course, verb 3. So this is the same as the yes/no questions from yesterday. Who have you seen today? Where have you been? If you've got any examples in the present perfect, then write them below. I will jump back to present continuous. And Clesio has an example. Who is walking outside? Perfect. We're asking about the subject, so we don't need to include the subject as well. So instead of this one, what are you doing? Who is studying? Or who is walking? Great. All right, present perfect continuous. What have you been doing? Who have you been talking to? How long have you been learning English? Very common question. Cool. So what have you been doing? We've got the verb to be in the past participle and then the continuous verb. Alright, so Saeed has done a present perfect simple example. Where have you been? Perfect. Cool. If you need to learn more about the difference between present perfect simple and past and present perfect continuous, I do have some videos that I have already made on YouTube, so I'll give you the link at the end. Right, no more examples. Clesio, great sentence. So present perfect continuous. How long have you been walking with the broken leg? Just move that. See, I've just changed leg broken around. Yeah, whose is different. So I'm not going to talk about whose today because I think it just makes it too much information. Good to see you again, Edmonton. Okay, no problem. Yuri. So we'll talk about that another day. All right. Facebook is quiet. I hope the comments are working on Facebook. Let me know. I don't know how you can tell me, but yeah, just... Oh, there we go. Someone on Facebook. So, present perfect. Thank you to Bakit. What have you been up to? A great informal question to ask what someone has been doing. So we often say, what have you been up to? Well done. Okay, so let's go. We've done present continuous, present perfect continuous. Let's do past simple. So, what did you do yesterday? We've got our auxiliary verb did, which makes the verb easy. We just use verb 1. Why did you decide to learn English? And then with the verb to be, we don't need another verb. So we just use the verb to be. Why were you late? Who was your boss last year? Cool. So any examples? Let me know. Okay, 2 more tenses. Hi Mohammed, so I'm teaching how to make questions, so WH questions for today. Cool, so Clesio has done a past simple example. Great. Okay, past continuous. Where were you living in the 90s? How long was she talking for? And who was texting you? Okay. So for past continuous, like when we make a sentence, we've got the verb to be and then the continuous. Alright, Saeed has asked a question. Why you were late? No, people don't say why you were late as a question. So it's always why were you late? Any examples? Okay. Future simple, when will you be home? What will you do after COVID-19? And going to, what are you going to do on the weekend? Okay, so we can use future simple and going to, and they're very similar. Okay. Clesio has said what time was she studying. Great. Good. Hi Sawa, good to see you. Alright, we've got Mohammed has done a question in the present perfect continuous. Where are we? I've already got it here. So, yep, good example. How long have you been learning English? Good. Okay. All right, so that's all of our tenses. So yesterday we did yes/no questions. Today is with question words, and all we have to do is add the question word in front of the structure. There are a few exceptions, but we have covered present simple, present continuous, present perfect continuous, past simple, past continuous, and future simple, which is not all the tenses, but most of them. So this is your homework for today. So the same activity, but this time with question words. You need to rearrange the sentence so that they are correct. Right, and then all of this is available on the website. Oh, it won't let me write that much. As well as the questions. Okay. Just paste it in here. But I have done a few other lessons on YouTube. So if you want to revise any of your tenses, I suggest you watch some of these videos here. And we'll just go back to the homework if you need to take a screenshot. But thank you very much for watching again, and I hope you will join me tomorrow because we're up to day 20 and we're going to do tag questions tomorrow. So 3 days of questions. I hope you all have a great day or a great evening, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.